It is Thursday, the 11th day of January 2024. Good evening and welcome to Newswatch and Hope TV, the station where you look and live. Find us streaming live on YouTube at Hope TV Kenya, where you can also send us your feedback. Let us dive into the day's news. I'm Tess Njenga and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Mureithi. President William Ruto today met 120 members of the County Assembly elected under the Jubilee Party at State House, Nakuru. The team was led by the party's interim leadership, among them the party leader Sabina Chege, Secretary General Kanini Kega, and Deputy Chairperson Aidan Kainan. Since the beginning of 2023, the former ruling party has been embroiled in wrangles with two factions fighting for the party's leadership, one led by Iala Member of Parliament Kanini Kega, and the other by the former Ndaragwa Member of Parliament Jeremiah Kioni. Our reporter Kennedy Kimani with the details.
Wamekuja kwa wingi.
Since the beginning of 2023, the former ruling party Jubilee has been at crossroads, creating two factions, one allied to former President Uhuru Kenyatta and the other one towards President William Ruto, all fighting to have full control of the party. In a move seen to take advantage of the crisis in the party, President William Ruto today met with the 120 members of the County Assembly elected under the Jubilee Party at State House, Nakuru, who pledged to support his administration. The team was led by party leader Sabina Chege, Secretary General Kanini Kega, and Deputy Chairperson Aidan Kainan.
Mimi si kukupatia kura. Na wengi hapa nikiwaangalia hivi tulikuwa tumeenda ijia hiyo. Ukweli ama si ukweli? But we want to say, Your Excellency, we have made a conscious decision. Tumeangalia. You are a very unique leader because you have made hard decisions which are made by very few people.
Tuende mbele pamoja. Without you, kuna mambo mengi ambayo hatuwezi fanya. We are here to also express solidarity to support you and your government and everything that your government is propagating in this country. We are here to support you.
In May 2023, a section of Jubilee elected legislators kicked out former President Uhuru Kenyatta from the party leadership, leading to unending court battles. The Kanini Kega-led faction also resolved to exit the Azimio coalition and has since declared support for President William Ruto and the Kenya Kwanza government.
Unajua wanasemanga, if you can't beat them, join them. Sasa kama umeniweza mara 4, siwezi kubali ya 5. So, Your Excellency, nimesimama tu mbele siku ya leo hapa hivi ya kuhakikisha kuwa kura yangu moja ama ya Watukana. Niko na hakikisha kuwa Watukana raundi watakupigia kura.
Sisi wa Samburu tumesema hatuwezani na vita, hatuwezani na siasa. We have a lot of challenges kule Samburu for us to be fighting na kupigania siasa. Tumesema tutasupport government agenda kule county, na tumesema pia Mheshimiwa Rais tutasupport governor wetu pale.
President William Ruto thanked the MCAs for their support, at the same time calling on leaders from across the political divide to set aside their differences and work together to advance the country's development agenda.
I hear many people say, oh, kuna shida mingi, kuna problem nyingi. The only problem we have in Kenya ni madeni. That's the only problem. And that is what has hit my head for the last 1 year. Because if you are collecting, if for every 10 shillings you collect, 7 shillings unaenda kulipa madeni, there is a problem, isn't it? Yes. Because then you are left with 3 shillings. Kulipa mshahara, kulipa counties, kuendesha kufanya maendeleo sijui utafanya namna gani. 3 shillings. My intention is that we should we should flip it. We should be using 3 shillings to pay debt and 7 shillings to kuendesha Kenya.
When you work together with His Excellency, also your Deputy President and your team of the executive, we know this country we will go very far. Mambo inaweza kuwa magumu leo, lakini kesho maneno itakuwa sawa.
Look at the missed opportunities from 1963 to date. It's not a mistake. Continue making those decisions. So sisi kama inside parliament, katika NEC, will support you because we know you are making good decisions for Kenyans and we know that is the decision that Kenya requires.
A Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, in a change of tune, accepted that the administration cannot keep on blaming the previous government but improve on what they found.
Nyinyi na kumuuliza muendelee kusupport president wetu, and I want to assure you, you people, I sit with the president for long hours. This man is working very hard. 4 a.m. he's up, all the way, sometimes to midnight. And his commitment to the transformation of this country is total. And he is on it. It's only that we found a difficult situation that was created by the former administration. We cannot keep on complaining about it. We just have to improve on what we found. So the beginning is a little bit difficult.
Tukitoka hapa, tuangalie mbele. Tuangalie mbele kama Jubilee, kwa sababu hatuwezi rudi kule tulitoka sasa. We have our patron.
Kennedy Kimani, Hope TV Newswatch.
Thank you, Kennedy Kimani, for that report. The driver of a bus which was involved in an accident at the Twin Bridge that claimed 15 lives has today been charged in court. The man, identified as Clement Kiarie, appeared before Molo Principal Magistrate Daisy Morse and was charged with 15 counts of causing death. On Tuesday, a PSV bus that Kiarie was driving was involved in a road accident on the Nakuru-Eldoret Highway. Kiarie was arrested and detained at the Mau Summit Police Station before being presented in court today. He is now out on a 1 million shilling bond after pleading not guilty. The matter will be mentioned on January 29th, 2024. Now, police were forced to use tear gas to disperse an irate mob that barricaded the Narok-Bomet highway after a young man was murdered by suspected robbers at K24 Estate in Narok town. The demonstrators, most of whom were border operators, had nabbed a middle-aged man whom they alleged was among the robbers suspected to be terrorizing people in the area. The suspected robber escaped death by a whisker as the residents attacked him with stones, knives and rungus, swearing to kill him for causing havoc in the area. Motorists flying along the busy road that connects to Kisii and Nairobi counties were forced to wait for hours before the police contained the situation. Some of the residents said insecurity has been at peak in the area and accused the police for being reluctant to arrest suspects of the crime in the area.
Last week, we also had other people that have been killed. We want to say that whoever is doing whatever they are doing, actually, we are just here not because of anything else. We just want to say enough is enough. Enough is enough. And as a peace ambassador, I cannot be speaking about peace while our people are being killed. I cannot speak about peace while the young people are being killed. And I'm saying that Kenyans are important, and especially the youth. Those are the people that are being killed. We want to request the government to come out clearly and save the lives of people. Especially Narok Town. We are not only talking about the we are talking about many people that have been killed in this county. Especially, we want to tell the security team, because you are in charge of this, kindly come out, speak on behalf of those that cannot speak of themselves. Please come out and help people that are being killed day and night. And they are killing young people. They are killing people that have young children.
Nyeri Town Member of Parliament Duncan Mathenge has blamed the Ministry of Finance for delays in disbursing 63 billion shillings to fund local development projects known as CDF, thus affecting education and health services in the constituency. Addressing reporters after the launch of the Jomo Kenyatta Foundation's Education Fund, Mathenge regretted that students who rely on school funding will have to wait longer before returning to school to continue their studies. Some members of parliament have already threatened to summon the National Treasury Cabinet Secretary, Professor Njuguna Ndung'u, before parliament if the money is not released within 7 days.
There was a slot of 111 for Nyeri County, but the number of applications were well over 1,000. I want to believe that there are so many other needy cases that are still out there that maybe with a little more resources, they could be helped. Now, this program, which is being called the Elimu Scholarship Program, last year we had a pioneer program where the government sponsored 3,000 students in the whole country. Now this year, we are having a total of 9,000 students under the Elimu Scholarship Program. And this program covers tuition fees, it covers pocket money for the learners, it covers transport to and from school, and then it also covers monitoring and evaluation.
The committee that has been responsible for this has been sitting since 3rd of January up to today, when the 37 beneficiaries have been formally launched. It is a clear demonstration of the kind of hardship that households and families are going through because they do not have the means of paying for secondary school education for their children.
To some more uplifting news, more than 100 bright and needy students from Laikipia County have benefited from over 18 million shillings worth scholarship courtesy of the Olpejeta Conservancy. Speaking in Nanyuki after issuing the check, Laikipia Governor Joshua Irungu said that the full scholarship was awarded to the 116 children from underprivileged families living near the Conservancy after a thorough vetting by the local community leaders, local administration, and elected leaders. The beneficiaries, who are the 2023 Kenya Certificate of Primary School KCPE candidates, are expected to join Form 1 next week for the first term. Alice Diana tells us more.
116 bright and needy students from Laikipia County who sat for their KCPE exams in 2023 have a reason to smile after receiving full scholarship to join high school. The students from underprivileged families benefited with over 18 million shillings worth scholarship, courtesy of Olpejeta Conservancy, after undergoing a thorough vetting by the local community leaders, local administration, and elected leaders. Those who made the cut had 330 marks and above out of a possible 500 marks. Speaking in Nanyuki after issuing the check to the students, Laikipia Governor Joshua Irungu urged other conservancies in the county to borrow a leaf and contribute towards uplifting the community standards of the communities neighboring the conservancies.
Leo ilikuwa ni ile siku ya kupatiana hiyo check, kupatia hawa wananchi wetu the full scholarship, kado na wale wengine over 161 wale tayari wako kwa shule 277 wale wako kwa shule wanaendelea na kusoma at that scholarship. So today was a day of a whole 18 million that was donated by Olpejeta to sponsor the kids from underprivileged families. Na tumeona ule usaidizi na ule yale mapato tumeanza kupata kutoka kwa Olpejeta, na kwa hivyo tunataka kuchukua hii nafasi kama serikali on behalf of Laikipia people kusema ni asanti.
Additionally, the governor urged them to partner in initiatives that are aimed at supporting vulnerable students to access education in the county.
Kama vile ishara imeonyeshwa na Olpejeta, tungeomba ya kwamba other conservancies wale tuko na wao katika Laikipia mahali wapo waendelee na kusponsor other students, and by doing this joint effort would be able to transform livelihoods of our people, livelihood of our communities, and particularly the underprivileged, because the government might not be able to do it alone, lakini with the partnership with the other launchers, with the other good partners and stakeholders, I'm sure that we can give a transformation agenda for our people by educating our kids and equipping them with the skills and education, and I'm telling you that we can be able to transform the lives of our people in this country.
According to the Olpejeta Conservancy Head of Scholarship Department, Judy Nyambura, the aim of the program is to uplift local communities through education. She said this year, the Conservancy targets to sponsor over 400 students through their high school education.
Kama msimamizi wa scholarships, Olpejeta tuko na malengo makuu ya kuinua jamii yetu, na lengo na jambo moja ambalo tunafanya ni kuwainua kwa kupitia masomo, na kupitia masomo tunapeana scholarships, na hizo scholarships zinapewanwa kwa communities ambazo zimetuzunguka 5 kilometers from our fence. Kama Olpejeta tunaamini ya kwamba huwezi fanya conservation kama hauna community, Kwa hivyo njia moja ya kuwainua and also a sustainable way of improving the livelihoods of our community members.
On their part, the beneficiaries lauded the scholarship program and promised to work hard to realize their dreams. Parents were at the same time urged to embrace their parental responsibility by supporting their children and discouraging them from indulging in drugs and substance abuse.
Kampuni kama Alfajeta Conservancy kuja mpaka mashinani kule kuja kutuokolea, sababu tuko na majukumu kama wazazi, mambo ni mangumu, na unaona wametushukulia watoto, wamepeleka shule na wametuahidi watawalipia hao watoto. Ni shukrani sana kuwa na rafiki kama Alfajeta, na Mungu aendelee kuwabariki na kuwapea nguvu. Mimi mwenyewe sina uwezo yoyote, sina kazi, sina nini.
Alice Diana, Hope TV Newswatch.
Thank you, Alice Diana, for that report. And on that note, let us take a break on Newswatch tonight. We have plenty more coming up, including the launch of Nyandarua Roads. Stay tuned.
I've actually been trying to find a balance. It's been really tough and hectic, but everyone says once you get a hang of it, it becomes better, and I don't know, but I'm hoping to find a balance soon because it's really been hectic. But you've been in the job industry for a long time, so I think you would know better. Cindy?
Huh? What time is it? I need to catch up on Leadership Forum. Did they have a radio here? Never mind. I brought my own.
No way. You can't be serious. Wait, why do you have a radio and you can just catch up with the shows on Hope FM podcast?
Really? Even Meet of the One?
Yeah. I mean, you can find them on whatever platform, name it. AfriPods, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it.
But I'm not subscribed on any of them.
So no worries. You can just check out the latest episodes on hopemediakenya.org.
You can now listen to select Hope FM programs on your favorite podcast streaming platform or directly on our website, www.hopemediakenya.org. Listen and live.
Welcome back. Now, President William Ruto has said more funds will be put in the upgrading of roads in a move that will also spur trade at the grassroots. The government will intensify its focus on the last-mile road connectivity to boost access to resources and services in the country. The head of state said better roads will guarantee farmers, especially of fresh produce, better income, adding that more trade means more employment opportunities for the youth. The president was speaking in Boyman or Jororok, where he launched the tarmacking of the Boyman-Kwamombi roads. He said the 44-kilometer stretch is a lifeline to the milk, vegetables and potato farmers in the county, as it connects them to better markets.
Tunamwona Mheshimiwa Rais basi amefungua barabara hii. Ilikuwa imewasumbua wananchi sana. Viongozi wa sehemu hii walikuwa wamenitumia picha nyingi, hata wananchi wengine walitaka kupanda viazi kwa barabara. Lakini Mheshimiwa Rais, kwa sababu tuko kwa kazi yako, tukasema kwamba huyu contractor si vizuri abaki tu kwa sehemu ile nyingine, ni afadhali pia akuja waanzie upande huu wa Boyman akielekeza kilomita 18 iende sehemu ile. Tumekubaliana pia na tumeweka mipango ya kuhakikisha kwamba contractor hawezi ondoka kwa site mpaka kazi iishe. Hata kama atakuwa na challenge yoyote ya pesa, tumekubaliana na yeye jinsi ambavyo tutaweka pesa pale na hapa ili hakikisha amesukuma barabara ifike mbele. Gelegele barabara ndio hiyo sasa, ishara ya kwamba imefunguliwa, imezinduliwa.
As the Law Society of Kenya LSK is due to hold elections on the 22nd of February 2024, various candidates have continued to file their nomination papers seeking to vie for the chair of the LSK. Among the aspirants who presented their petitions are Peter Wanyama, who pledged to ensure the rule of law prevails. Others are Caroline Kamende, Bernard Ngetich, and LSK Vice President Faith Odhiambo. The applicants are expected to file their nomination by tomorrow, Friday, this week.
Where a majority of Kenyans are actually really suffering. Kenyans cannot afford basic commodities. Kenyans cannot afford the high cost of living. So we have a problem. Majority of Kenyans are actually suffering. So it is in this environment the Law Society of Kenya will stand and play an important role. What is the role of the Law Society of Kenya, which I will be leading? The role of the Law Society of Kenya will be to stand for the people. So the message to the President is that the Law Society of Kenya will be reminding you, it will remind you to follow the rule of law.
The very heartbeat of legal practice is here in Nairobi. And we need a representative who is assertive, who is bold, and who is fresh to express the interest of the members of the Law Society of Kenya and to advocate and fight fearlessly for the interest and the welfare of the general public. I have, in my own personal capacity and as the chair of the Sheria Mtaani, Nashadra Kwamboi, been at the forefront in championing for public interest litigation, in ensuring that we call out the government whenever it does anything wrong.
Now, celebrations have rocked Lotus Highway Secondary School after it recorded a 90% entry to university with a mean grade of B-. The school, which is located on the outskirts of Bukembe Market in Kandui constituency, is a private school that started 10 years ago. Speaking to journalists pertaining the results, teachers could not hide their joy as they attributed the good results to hard work and determination. However, the teachers have decried discrimination of private schools on funding, citing that they have equally been hit by difficult economic times. They have proposed that the Ministry of Education should make a consideration to cushion private schools through funding to assist the children of the Republic of Kenya. Lotus Highway has a record of receiving children with averagely low entry marks who end up posting good results in the end.
This year we've recorded a very, very good performance as well. We had a candidature of 37 students, and we received them in Form 1 with very low entry marks, but we've managed to have very, very good quality grades this year, 2023. We anticipate that in this year, 2024, the class that we have, we shall record a mean grade of a B+, now that we recorded a mean of a B- in the previous class of 2023. We've had 2 B+ this last year. In the cases of last year, we've had 12 B planes. We've actually had 33 students out of 37 who have managed to get a direct entry to university, which is about 90% as to the population.
I joined Highway Academy and I've managed a good plane of 66 points. Looking forward to take a medical course and become a useful person in future. Thanks to my teachers and my parents for support. It's been a good journey. And with God, we are achieving this. This is Highway Academy.
In fact, when you look at the table, we might be number 3 in the county, and that's a very good performance of the school.
Now, away from the country, out of more than 3,000 students, I beg your pardon, out of more than 3,000 students from Bungoma County who registered to get a scholarship, only 399 students have been selected after a residency assessment. Tess Njenga, the Director of Education in Bungoma County, said students have a right to get an education despite the hardships of life, urging them who missed out on the opportunity not to lose hope, as there is an alternative to funding through the NGCDF and the governor's scholarship. He also urged students who did not make the grades to join universities to seek a place in technical colleges and further their studies.
Wasikufe roho. Nimesema ya kwamba iko na scholarships zingine kama county government na zingine, kama wengine walikuwa wamepata kwa IGUT, wengine wamepata kwa hii all things, patimizo langu wazazi wawajibike. Wale wenye wachapata, wale wenye watakuwa beneficiary wawajibike, watoto wetu waende kwa shule. Na ni jukumu la mzazi kujitahidi. I know maisha ni ngumu, lakini lazima ajitahidi watoto waende shule. Wale wengine wachapata nafasi ya scholarship ya Jomo Kenyatta Foundation waende apply scholarship zingine kama county government na zingine wapate nafasi.
Today we had the flagging off of the Elimu scholarship program where we had 3,368 applicants presenting their applications, and out of this we had 985 who were shortlisted, and we had home visits for them, and out of that number we had 399 who qualified for the scholarship, of which 179 are boys and 220 are girls. The event was well attended. The applicants were so many, we were overwhelmed, but only a few could succeed. Last week we also had Wings to Fly, which had only 15 students qualifying. We also had Hamburg scholarships that have been given out, and we expect to get more scholarships coming from the county government and also from the NGCDF.
I beg your pardon, that was in the country. Now, across our borders, authorities in the Democratic Republic of Congo have revealed that more than 300 people have died due to floods. The Congo River has risen to its highest level in more than 60 years, causing flooding throughout the DRC. Poor urban planning and weak infrastructure have made some African countries vulnerable to flash floods after intense rains, which have become more frequent due to climate change.
Yesu ndiye njia.
Mtoto gani katika hii ulimwengu ameitwa Mungu mkuu?
Nasema akasema udhu billahi.
Hata leo usisema udhu billahi, tafadhali usikize.
Yesu ndiye njia. Uchambuzi wa masuala tata katika Biblia na vitabu vingine vya kidini.
We don't believe that Christ was crucified. Christ was taken right to heaven by 4 angels, 4 archangels.
Kama Muhammad ndiye alikuwa wa kwanza kuleta dini ya Kiislamu na alikuja after Jesus, sasa inawezekanaje Ibrahimu awe Muislamu, Musa awe Muislamu?
Yesu ndiye njia. Mjadala wa moja kwa moja kati ya walimu wa Kikristo na dini zingine.
Wanasema Mwenyezi Mungu ana mtoto. Jambo hilo wanasema limeleta jambo ambalo linachukiza.
Siri ya Mungu ambaye Mungu amejidhihirisha katika mili. Hii yote ni ukafiri.
Mmefanya makosa makubwa sana kusema kwamba Isa ibn Maryam ni Mungu wa pili na Allah ambaye ameumba mbingu na ardhi mkasema ni Mungu wa tatu.
Yesu ndiye njia. Jumamosi kuanzia saa 1:30 jioni kwenye runinga uipendayo ya Hope TV.
In order to keep hope alive in the airwaves, Hope Media has a couple of initiatives. Friends of Hope. Friends of Hope is you and I forming a team of well-wishers and volunteers who give in cash and kind to support in spreading the gospel at Hope Media. Currently, Hope Media is running a campaign under Friends of Hope dubbed 100 for 1. Through the campaign, Hope Media is asking Hope FM and Hope TV listeners and viewers to give just 100 shillings in order to reach one more soul with the message of hope and the gospel. Engage with us on our social media platforms at Hope FM Live and at Hope TV Kenya. Kuwa rafiki mso leo.
Welcome back in sports. 8 times Kenya Cup champions KCB RFC is set for a clash against Ngong Road-based side Mwamba RFC in the 4th round of the current Kenya Cup season this weekend at the RFUAE grounds. Since the start of the 2023-2024 season, KCB has won the 3 matches played so far, garnering 15 points and currently sits second on the table behind leaders Cabras Sugar. KCB RFC head coach Curtis Olago said that the team intends to keep the momentum going after a good start to the season. The Bankers had a quiet transfer activity in the January transfer window, only acquiring the services of Horace Alela from Shamas Rugby and dispatched him on a loan to Kenyatta University's Black Blood.
I think we are settled down and we've had a very good preparation for the game. We're going to play against Mwamba. We think that, we believe that they play a very unstructured kind of game, but we will approach the game with the respect that they deserve, and we'll try and stick to our structures and try and see if we can tick a few boxes that we didn't tick in the first 3 games that we played last year. Of course, the 3 wins are giving us the momentum to continue going through the season until we reach the playoff seasons. So we'll just keep on riding on that momentum, the winning mentality that is still amongst the players in the team. We feel like we've already broken through the ice of the Christmas holiday. We started camp a little bit early and now we are settled in. I think the coaches are just touching on us the final nitty-gritties that we need to work on in order to approach this first game of the season. They should still come out in numbers. We promise them to come and have an entertaining day. We'll give them a very good show, nice, beautiful showcasing of rugby that we normally do. And we promise them a win, a very good win this coming weekend.
The Boston Celtics beat the Minnesota Timberwolves 127-120 in overtime to set a franchise record for consecutive home victories at the start of a season. Jason Tatum scored a game-high 45 points, including 12 in overtime, with Jaylen Brown chipping in with 35 points and 11 rebounds. The Celtics have won 18 games in a row at TD Garden. Boston lead the way in the Eastern Conference, with Minnesota top of the Western Conference. And Liverpool came from behind to beat Fulham 2-1 in the first leg of their Carabao Cup semi-finals, thanks to 2 goals in 3 second-half minutes from Curtis Jones and Cody Gakpo. Jurgen Klopp's side fell behind when William capitalized on a Virgil van Dijk error earlier on, but Curtis Jones pulled them level with a long-range effort which took a wicked deflection of Tosin Adarabioyo. The victory gives Liverpool the advantage heading into the second leg at Craven Cottage later this month. And it's a wrap on Newswatch tonight. Thank you for watching. I'm Tess Njenga and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Murray. God willing, see you tomorrow night, same place, same time. Have a good night.